skies smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. In the morning there's bluebirds singing a song.
To present this year's award for outstanding court reporting, please welcome back to the Kennedy Awards the Police Commissioner, Andrew Scipione, who has an update on a certain celebrity canine who is helping to bring the crooks to justice.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can I start by congratulating again on these annual Kennedy Awards? You know, having been here from the beginning, it's time for me to make an observation as an outsider. You really do celebrate those that have gone before you very well. There's an old Chinese saying that says that those that drink from the well should never forget those that dug the well. And you seem to do that incredibly well. So congratulations. Well, the memory of Les Kennedy means a lot to so many New South Wales police officers, and we've been very pleased, as I've said, to be a part of these award nights from the very start. And for New South Wales police officers, putting offenders before the court and securing a conviction is part and parcel of why we actually go to work every day. So I'm very pleased to be presenting the award for outstanding court reporting. And we know that Les was equally adept at reporting from the courtroom as he was from the newsroom and probably very occasionally from the bar room. Having said that, last year, as Alan's indicated, we met a large, enthusiastic German Shepherd pup called Kennedy. For those that can remember, Merle, Les's mum, wouldn't let him out of her sight, but sadly he had to go back to the barracks. Well, a year has passed and Kennedy's grown up. He's now a police training dog Kennedy. He's come a long way, and certainly he has now moved and he lives on the mean streets of Ballina. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kennedy's based in the Richmond local area command up on our north coast with his trainer, Senior Constable Dave Kotek. Now, he lives with Dave's family, who I'm told have a serious case of dog crush. According to Dave, Kennedy is fearless, he's very quick to learn new tasks, but he has a fetish. It's a foot fetish, which can be very dangerous for uncovered toes, we're told. Well, tonight I can report that very soon Kennedy's expected to take his next big step, and he'll become a certified police dog. He's expected to be fighting crime on our north coast in the next few months. So let me send a warning right now to anyone that's contemplating committing a crime on the north coast. Be warned, Kennedy's coming to get you. So tonight, thank you. Tonight it's my honour to present the Outstanding Court Reporting Award, and the nominees are Paul Bibby and Sarah White, the Sydney Morning Herald. Janet Fife-Yeomans, Daily Telegraph. And Mr Dan Box from The Australian. And the winner is Janet Fife-Yeomans, Daily Telegraph.
Janet Fife-Yeomans' coverage of the Royal Commission into institutionalised responses to child sex abuse was outstanding. Despite the harrowing nature of the subject, Janet's reporting respected the dignity of the victims in her accurate and reflective account of highly emotive Commission evidence, never more compelling than her depiction of life at the old Parramatta Girls' School.
I'm really sorry because I've got a sore throat tonight. But, thank you. It's a great honour to get the Kennedy Award. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody who's organised tonight, and Adam Walters. You know, when I've been covering the Royal Commission, everyone invariably says to me, oh my God, I don't know how you could cover it. It must be absolutely terrible and harrowing. Well, you know, journalists don't cry, we just get angry. And I get so angry at all of the old men, because most of them are old men, who still don't get it and who still think that getting a parking ticket is more of a crime than sexually assaulting a young girl or a young boy. But I like to take court reporting outside the courtroom as well, and I'd like to thank Paul Whitaker, my editor tonight, for indulging me when we've wanted to go after the bad guys or alleged bad guys outside the courtroom. Having said that journalists don't cry, I did cry once. I interviewed a lady whose son hanged himself the day before he was giving evidence against the man who had allegedly sexually assaulted him as a boy. And I went to visit her, and she told me a story, and she had a little pink teddy bear that her daughters had bought for her. And when she pressed the teddy bear, it played, "Smile though your heart is breaking." And that's the time that I had to just go around the corner and cry. So this is for Marion Smith. That was her. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year the Kennedys introduces the new award for Outstanding Reporting on the Environment. Please welcome the New South Wales Environment Minister, Mr Rob Stokes, and Ms Erin Tinker, representing sponsors for this award, CETA Australia.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as New South Wales Environment Minister, it is a great honour for me to be involved in the presentation of the inaugural Kennedy Award for Outstanding Reporting on the Environment. There is strong debate between private interests in using resources and public interest in conserving resources. And as we've seen with tragic result in recent weeks, these debates are becoming increasingly vitriolic and polarised. It's therefore absolutely critical that we have ethical and wise journalists who are involved in creating civility, introducing reason and introducing respect into these increasingly difficult environmental issues. I'd therefore like to invite Erin to announce the nominees for this important award.
And I'm delighted to announce that the nominees are Natalie O'Brien, the Sun-Herald, Philippa McDonald, ABC, and Bernard Legand, the Global Mail.
And the winner is Natalie O'Brien.
Natalie O'Brien exposed a series of controversies that have dogged the New South Wales Environment Protection Authority, finally helping to force a parliamentary inquiry into its performance and operations. Natalie used her investigative skills and freedom of information laws to reveal the authority's involvement in cover-ups, mismanagement and concerns over the EPA's dealings with the community.
Thank you, thanks very much. I'd just like to say thank you to the Sun-Herald team, also to Fairfax, my husband who puts up with me when I get on these bents and don't stop. But I'd also like to say thank you to the people that encouraged me to keep on digging in this area. They really deserve this award. It was them that encouraged me every step of the way. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the Kennedy Award for Scoop of the Year, please welcome Mr Andrew Bensley, representing our valued sponsors, Sky Sports Radio.
Hello everyone, great to be here representing Sky Sports Radio, an integral member of Tabcorp, and we love playing on one of our home grounds here at Royal Randwick. I can give you a tip. You're going to walk out of this room tonight probably feeling a bit sorry for yourself, but tomorrow, just before 3 o'clock, when you listen to Sky Sports Radio, we need you to back a horse called Sweet Idea, because it's going to be winning the feature race here tomorrow, the Missile Stakes. So there's a tip for you, cop it. If you maybe want to put in a Quinella, maybe put Rebel Dane. We're very proud of Sky Sports Radio's involvement in the Kennedy Awards. For those that listen to us in the morning, listening to TK and Michael Slater, listening to our racing service, as I say, we're very proud to be a part of the Kennedy Awards. I love a scoop, and these are the nominees for the Scoop of the Year. Natalie O'Brien from the Sun-Herald. Miranda Devine and Mark Murray from the Daily Telegraph. And Samantha Maiden from the Sunday Telegraph. And it gives it away, but the winners are Miranda Devine and Mark Murray from the Daily Telegraph.
This was a seismic exclusive, shaking a city that thought it had read, heard and seen it all. After Miranda Devine was tipped off that former detective Roger Rogerson was wanted for murder, she combined with Mark Murray to deliver a staggering scoop that went on to dominate the headlines for days and weeks.
Well, what a thrill to be here, and particularly for this story, because this is a story that Les Kennedy would have absolutely loved. It was Roger Rogerson, and he was the police story of the 1990s, and few reporters had more to do with making Roger Rogerson a legend than Les Kennedy, and he made Roger Rogerson the Daily Telegraph's own in the 1990s. And so this story, this scoop that came in late on a Sunday night in May, this was the perfect storm of news stories, and the only element missing was Les Kennedy until tonight. It was a team effort. What happened was the phone call came in, as often happens, from a contact. Ben English, the deputy editor, had put the paper to bed. He was in his car on his way home, 10:45 p.m. Glenn McNamara, former detective, had been arrested for the murder of a missing student, and police were hunting for Roger Rogerson. Ben English just heard the words Roger Rogerson. He turned the car around, went back to the newsroom, ripped up pages 1 to 5, and the rest is history. And the team effort is what the Telegraph has always been the best at. There is no paper like it, I think, in the world in terms of getting together. We are all such a great team. We trust each other. We're on fire. And under the editor, Paul Boris Whittaker, the Daily Telegraph is on fire better than ever. And the man who made this story come to life, who did all the hard yakka, and stood it up at 10:45, got people out of bed and made it happen, was the legendary crime editor, Mark Murray, a good friend of Les Kennedy's.
Thank you. I was just lucky I was sober when that phone call came in that night. I was actually sick and didn't get to go to the pub. Look, I'd just like to say thank you, and it's funny, this is the only thing I've ever got from Les before this was a headache and IOUs. So I'd like to say thank you, everybody. It's been fantastic. Thank you.
To Les.
Hello, everyone. What an honour it is to be here, and congratulations, Miranda and Mark. And what an outstanding speech, Miranda, on its own. That was fantastic, red hot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour to be here to present the award for outstanding illustration. This week of all weeks, it's timely that a cartoon, a cartoon has appeared on the front page of virtually every newspaper around the country. I think everybody in this room knows exactly what that cartoon was about, and whether you agree with it or not, it is a great indication of the power of cartooning and artwork within print. The cartoon that appeared in the Sydney Morning Herald a few weeks ago may have cost a few readers in Tel Aviv, But as far as cartoonists are concerned, everybody has taken this very seriously, and there's a lot of thinking going on in the cartooning and illustration community, because every now and then a cartoon, something, that particular one had no words to it, it lit a powder keg. And it's extraordinary every now and then that a drawing or a piece of art that appears in a newspaper or a magazine or online can do such a thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to read out the nominees for the Award for Outstanding Illustration. The nominees are Rocco Fazzari, the Sydney Morning Herald, Eric Lebecki, the Australian, and Simon Bosch, the Sydney Morning Herald. And the Kennedy Award for 2014 for Outstanding Illustration goes to Simon Bosch, the Sydney Morning Herald.
The judges said they were absorbed immediately by Simon Bosch's cartoon and its variations of a Churchillian gesture, mounted on what appears to be a balance sheet graph paper. Bosch says he set out to capture the brutality of a federal budget imposed on voters who didn't see it coming.
I'd like to say thank you to the people who keep me employed at Fairfax. We have a really great department there of illustrators. I've heard rumours we might have the biggest remaining employed group of illustrators and cartoonists in the world, so that's something to be proud of. Big group, and we all work very hard, and thank you very much.